evening, and welcome. It's Self Love Thursday. It is Self Love Thursday. Welcome, everyone. I hope you guys have had, an awesome week thus far. I hope your Thursday is going well. I'm not going to be before you guys long because I really don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. I ain't even listen, I'm already beautified, so I ain't even get all dressed up and everything for this live or nothing. I don't feel good at all, but I'm still here. I'm thankful to God that I'm still here. I've had an awesome day today. Welcome to Self Love Thursday. Tell a friend, invite a friend, let someone know that I am is live with Self Love Thursday. It is Self Love Thursday. Welcome, each and every last one of you guys. Welcome. It's Thursday. You know what? This week has went by like really fast. This week has went by really fast. And I'm like, it's Thursday already. Tomorrow is Friday. This week has went by really fast. Listen, we're going to be talking about um the key points to self-love, and we're going to be talking about why self-love is important. Good evening, my sister. How are you, beautiful? How are you? I love you so much. I love you. I love you. Y'all, you know what? My self-love is that I need to get a bigger desk. I need to get a bigger. I thought this desk was big enough for me because I got this over here, then this sits up high over here. But it looked like I'm expanding, or I'm just putting too much stuff on this desk. I need a bigger desk, y'all. I need more space. Welcome everyone to I Am. It's Self-Love Thursday. What have you done? What have you done today to give yourself or show yourself some self-love or self-care? What have you done? What have you done today? Did you love on yourself today? Did you tell yourself that, you know what, self, I am proud of you. I am proud of you. Did you do that today? Did you eat your favorite ice cream? What did you do today to show yourself, excuse me, to show yourself some self-love? What did you do today to show yourself self-love? So I want you guys to interact with me. On this evening. I'm not going to be before you long because, again, I don't feel my best right now. I am in a little bit of pain. It has went down from earlier because I was in a lot, but it has went down from earlier. So I'm not going to be before you guys long. So I'm just going to talk about self-love, and you guys interact with me. Let's have a conversation. It's Self-Love Thursday. So why is self-love important? Last month, I had some awesome guests. I had some awesome guests that stopped by I Am and shared the importance of self-love. One of my guests said that we may not understand the plan, but baby, don't get off the journey. That was something that one of my guests, Pastor Carlene Roberts, had stated as she was talking about self-love. We may not understand the plan, but baby, don't get off the journey. And I took it as when she said, don't get off the journey. You know, we may not understand the plan of our life, and it's not for us to understand, but to stay on the journey is the self-love part. That's self-love, because you care about the plan. You care about you. That is part of self-love. Then we had another guest, my awesome sister that had stopped by as well. Psalmist Cynthia J had stopped by, and this is what she said about self-love. Of course, I asked them what self-love means to you. And one of the things that stood out in this conference, this was a 3 hour live that I am never went 3 hours. You hear me? I am never went 3 hours, but this was fire. What she left us with on I Am on Self Love Thursday. She said, know how to define you. Know how to define you. When you define yourself, you'll know how to love yourself. When you define who you are, then you will know how to love yourself. That was so deep on um last month. I mean, it was last month was fire, okay? It was just fire. It was fire, 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 fire. Then we also had my good sister, Tasha Anderson Perkins, that came by and set it off in the beginning of the month. And she said, your self love is the only way to get out of the darkness, is to love yourself. It's the only way to get out of the darkness. It's the only way. So self-love, she said, your self-love, the way you love you, the way you care about you, is the only way to get out of the darkness. That's what my good sister Tasha Anderson Perkins left us earlier last month when she came on to I Am for Self-Love. And all of these were just different definitions of what self-love meant to them. And if you guys have not watched any of those lives, go back and rewatch them. They are up. Rewatch them. I mean, fire all by itself, okay? They were fire. So today it's me by myself, you guys. I'm your special guest, okay? I'm your special guest, all right? I am your special guest on this evening. And I want to let you know that self-love, why is self-love important? Why is it important that we love ourselves? Why is it important that we care about ourselves? Self love is important because it motivates. Self love is important because it motivates much of our positive behavior while reducing harmful behavior. You catch that? Did that make sense to you guys? Did you catch that? So self-love is important because it motivates. And everybody reason for why self-love is important, what does self-love mean to you? It is all different. But are you following it? Are you following what you're preaching? Are you following what you're saying? Self-love is important because it motivates. It motivates. That's one of the key words in this. Motivate. You know, when you love yourself, you motivate yourself. You don't have to wait for someone to pump you up. You don't have to wait for somebody to say this or say that. It motivates much of our positive behavior, not negative behavior, positive behavior, while reducing harmful behavior. Reducing means to go down, right? That's why self-love is important. Self-love, self-love, check this out. Self-love is your secret weapon. I'm gonna go ahead and just give y'all the secret weapon, okay? I'm just go ahead and do it. I'm just gonna go ahead and give y'all the secret weapon. So self-love is your secret weapon to living a fulfilling life. Okay. Okay. You want to hear the rest of it? Listen, self-love is your secret weapon to living a fulfilling life. When you love yourself fully, you feed your soul. You feed your soul and become the highest or the best version of yourself. That's the secret weapon. Self-love is your self-love is your secret weapon to living a fulfilling life. Living a good life, a healthy life. When you love yourself fully, you feed your soul. When you just love on you, some people say it may be selfish. No, honey, it's self-love. It ain't selfish. It's nothing selfish about loving yourself fully. It's nothing selfish about that because you feed your soul. When we read in the Word of God, we're feeding our soul. We're feeding our belly. We're getting full off of it. So when you have that self-love and you're feeding your soul, you don't even hear the negative stuff. You don't even hear it. You don't even feel negative energy. Like when we read the Bible and we're feeding ourselves the Word of God, we block out what the enemy says. We don't even pay attention to what the enemy said. We so full off of the Word of God, we don't have time to hear that. We leave it in God's hand. The battle belongs to the Lord. So we don't even have time. That's just like self-love. We feed it. We feed it. We feed our soul love to the point where we don't have time for the negative stuff. We don't have time for the negative energy. We just don't have time for it. When you feed your soul, love, you don't have time. You can't hear negative things. You may see it, but it doesn't affect you. So what is the key? What is the key to self-love? What is the key to self-love? So the key to self-love is to free yourself. We said what the importance of self-love was. We said what the secret weapon is. The key to self-love is to free yourself and to free yourself from toxic relationships with family and or friends, co-workers, etc. Whoever, toxicness, negative. The key to self-love is to free yourself from all of that because you don't need it around you. So you free yourself up from all of that. Okay. Also, as you're freeing yourself away from those toxic friends, co-workers, associates, whatever you want to call them, toxic family members, as you free them and unhealthy life roles by being direct in communication with others, that is unhealthy life. That's an unhealthy life when you're mixed with toxic people. That's an unhealthy life. It's unhealthy. The Bible says to free yourself, to remove yourself from those type of people, those unclean people, to remove yourself because toxicness is not of God. And the Bible says it's okay the Bible tells us to remove ourselves. It's okay for us to move. Listen, y'all go over there. I'm going to go over here because we don't mix. We don't go together. We don't mix. It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy life. That's just like a banana just sitting there, and this banana is very, very good. This banana is really, really going bad. And that good banana sitting there with that bad banana, eventually, um, eventually what's on that banana goes on to the good banana, if that makes sense. And that's how it is. That's how it is with our life when we are connected to toxic people. That's unhealthy. Eventually, that while we're still connected, that we're gonna look like that. We're gonna look like that unhealthiness when God tells us that we can remove ourselves. Okay. So it's okay for you to do it. Also, the key to self-love, mean what you say and say what you mean. What did you just say? You mean to tell me I can say I ain't got time for this because this ain't part of who I am no more? Yeah. Yeah, you can. Mean what you say and say what you mean. You can do that. You actually can. You don't have to be it's part of self-love. It's self-care. It's to removing yourself from unhealthiness. Let go of relationships that constrain you and bring you down. The key to self love is also to set healthy boundaries and to say no when you need to. You don't always have to say yes, you can say no. You know, sometimes when you have a really, really big heart, a real good heart, sometimes it is hard to say no. Trust me, I am one of those people. And I had to learn, well, I was one of those people and I had to learn to say no. It's okay to say no. And it's okay to set healthy boundaries and create a space as you set these healthy boundaries, create a space for joy and love in your life. Create a space for happiness to come in. It's part of self love. One thing about self love and self care is it is a choice. Just like if you're in a domestic relationship, it is a choice to want to be free. So self love is a choice. To love yourself is a choice. Why wouldn't you want to love yourself? Self care is a choice. A lot of people be like, well, self love and self care is different. Actually, they're the same. To take care of yourself is to love yourself. To love yourself is to take care of yourself. They're the same thing. So if you're taking care of yourself, you love yourself. If you love yourself, you're taking care of yourself. Don't have to be complicated. A lot of people make certain things so complicated and it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just as easy as that. Just like somebody say 1 + 1 is 2, and then they pause because somebody done said something else, and now they're thinking like, well, is 1 + 1 really 2? Yeah, you don't got to really. You don't have to make it complicated. You don't have to make self love complicated. It don't have to be. It just doesn't have to be complicated. Again, self love is a choice. What have you done for yourself lately? That's the question. What have you done for yourself lately? Not um not what someone has done for you. Not no, not what someone has done for you, but what have you done for yourself? What have you done for yourself? When God wakes you up in the morning, what do you do to show yourself self-love? What do you do? First thing you should be doing is taking care of your hygiene. God woke you up in the morning. It's taking care of your hygiene. That's self-love. That's the first thing you should do. That's self-love, okay? That is self-love. So what have you done for yourself to show yourself self-love? It's Thursday. So what have you done for yourself Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up until right now to show yourself self-love? And it's okay to take vacations. It's okay to go to the salon and all that, but it's more to self love than just doing that. It's more to self love than just going out buying a Michael Kors bag or, some new Jordans. It's more to self love than spending money. Some may say, what? You mean to tell me I ain't got to spend no money? Um, and I can love myself just the same as I go out there and get that man $100 bills? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's more to self love than just spending money. You don't have to always spend money to go make yourself feel great. You don't always got to sit in a spa. It's good to sit in a spa, but you don't have to always go sit in a spa to make yourself feel great at all. So, self-love is accepting yourself as you are. Self-love is accepting yourself as you are in this very moment for everything that you are. At this very moment, as you're watching, self-love is accepting yourself as you are right now, right at this very second, accepting you as you are. Like, this is who I am. This is, this is, there's no change in me. This is who I am. God created me like this. And the only person that can change me is me and God. I accept myself how I am. If there's some things that need to be changed and I don't like it, that's self-love. We're gonna go to the chopping block. We're gonna fix that. That's self-love. But accepting yourself in this very moment is self-love. For accepting you for who you are. You have to first accept you before someone else can accept you. If you don't accept you, how do you expect for someone else to accept you? Because if you don't accept you and someone else accept you, they're going to disrespect you. They're going to disrespect you. It's self-love. That's why I say it's so much more to self-love than spending money. Sis said, you don't have to spend money to show yourself self-love. You can go to the park. It's free to go to the park. It's free. It's free. So it is also a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, psychological, and spiritual growth. Okay? When we love ourselves, we begin to look at life not as something happening to you, but as a reflection of who we are. Let me say that again. When we love ourselves, we begin to look at life not as something happening to us, but as a reflection of who we are. So it's okay to love ourselves and be selfish about ourselves. Again, I say it's healthy. It's healthy. Remember, I always say this. I always say, remember to smile. And the reason why I always say remember to smile is because that shows self-love, and somebody may not be having a good day. Somebody just may be down on their self and don't even feel like they even loved. But that, when you walk into a room and excuse me, your light is shining and you just smile. I don't care if you got one teeth here, two teeth down here, but if you smiling and you just got a glow about you, it can change your environment. It can change the environment that you're in. And what that person may have been going through, just by you taking care of you and loving on yourself, guess what? It can rub off on them. It can brighten up their day. It can change everything in that moment. They can feel the energy off of you. This is why self-love is so important. They can feel that energy off you and they're going to want it. I'm hungry for that. If you coming into the workplace every day like that, they're going to start talking like what she on, or what he on. I'm on love. I'm on loving myself. That's the medication that I'm on. I'm on this heavy dosage of love for myself. And then you can begin to tell them the importance of self-love. You can begin to tell them why you should love yourself unconditionally and let them know that it's okay. And it can change the volume in the room. It can change the lighting, the setting, and everything in the room. Self-love is so important. It is so important. Remember to smile. Remember to laugh. For we know laughter is the best medication you can have. So you got a double dosage of self-love. Now you got this extra dosage of laughter. You good. You on your way. You are on your way to a happy, healthy life. You are on your way to a happy, healthy life. Also, self-love is the state of appreciation for oneself. That's where all of this comes in. Appreciating yourself, accepting yourself, um, having a high regard for your own well-being and happiness. That's part of self-love. Taking care of your needs and not sacrificing your well-being to please others. That's part of self-love. That is part of self-love. Self-love also means not settling for less than you deserve. Don't let nobody tell you that you don't deserve your dream house. So since they're telling you that you don't deserve your dream house, you deserve this little old house back here in the hood. Don't let nobody tell you that. Don't settle for less. Self-love is, listen, I'm going for what I know I deserve. I'm going for all my goals. I'm shooting for all my dreams. That's self-love. So self-love, what does it really mean to you? Self-love may mean trusting yourself, being true to yourself, being nice to yourself, forgiving forgiving yourself when you aren't being true or nice to yourself. That could mean self-love as well. Talking to and about yourself with love, like, I love you, you are doing a great job. You got to encourage yourself. You can't wait for others to encourage you. You have to know how to encourage yourself, because if you wait for others to encourage you, you're going to wait for a long time, and you're going to miss out on a lot because you're always waiting for someone to encourage you. You don't have to wait for anyone to encourage you. Encourage yourself. Some benefits of self-love. Benefits of self-love. One is less stress and anxiety. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Benefits of self-love. I'm going to give you a few. One is less stress and anxiety. When we love ourselves, we are less likely to be trapped in self-denial because of the current situation or minor failures. It removes the fear of being rejected, and this helps reduce stress and anxiety. The benefits of self-love. Another benefit of self-love, stronger motivation. Your motivation, motivating yourself becomes stronger. Also, health and personal growth. When you value yourself and care about your happiness and well-being, you are less likely to allow toxic relationships or bad habits to stay in your way. Benefits of self-love, a boost in attractiveness. What does that mean? Confidence is probably the first change we will see when we start to appreciate ourselves. We have more confidence. It helps to remove the mental blockage of communicating with others as well as expressing ourselves. When we are more confident and actually believe in our beauty, we will be more likely to attract positive and the love we want. Positivity, excuse me. We will be more likely to attract positivity and the love we want and how we want to be loved. These are the benefits. These are the benefits of self-love. Self-love, again, is just another word, another way of saying self-care. How do we practice self-love? How do we practice self-care? Um, Many a times we need to go back to the basics. Many a time, a lot of us need to go back to the basics. What is back to the basics? What do you mean back to the basics? We need to go back to listening to our bodies. That's self-love. We need to go back to taking breaks from work and move around and stretch. If you sit at the computer all day, get up, move around. 30 minutes ain't good enough. Listen, boss, I gotta go to the bathroom. Get up and stretch. Again, listening to our bodies, um, eating healthy, but sometimes indulge in our favorite foods. Um, put the phone down and connect to yourself or others, or do something creative. These are going back to the basics. I know my guest that came on, my sister Tasha Anderson Perkins, she had this one thing that she did mention. She said to put that phone down and just give yourself time to just love on you. Let all of that stuff go, social media, everything, love on you. That's one of the things that she said. So that's back, we going back to the basics. This is how we practice self-love. And as we practice this, it just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's nothing wrong with going back to the basics. Also, we know that self-love motivates you to make healthy choices in life. When you hold yourself in high esteem, you're more likely to choose things that nurture your well-being and serve you well. So, ways to practice again include becoming mindful, where people who have more self-love tend to know what they think, feel, and want. They know exactly, how they want to be treated, how they're going to treat someone, what they're not going to deal with, what they're not going to put up with the man, what they're not going to put up with a woman. That's self-love. They know this immediately. People who have more self-love tend to know what they thinking at the moment, what they feel, what they want immediately. People with a lack of self-love, I don't, it's kind of confused. I really don't know if I want this. I know I ain't gonna let this person do this to me, but I'm gonna go ahead and be with this person anyway. Or they know I don't really want to eat this, but since I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and eat it anyway. That's not self-love. That's not self-love. That's just pleasing somebody. That's all that is. That's not self-love, because you just don't even know what you want. Taking actions based on need rather than wants. By staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behavior patterns that get you in trouble, keep you stuck in the past, and lessen self-love. Again, making room for healthy habits. Start truly caring for yourself by mirroring that in what you eat, how you exercise, and what you spend time doing. Do stuff not to get it done or because you have to, but because you care about it. So start by being kind to yourself, patient with yourself, gentle and compassionate to yourself, the same way you would do someone else that you care about. Do that to yourself. Don't worry about others' opinions. In that same vein, don't worry about what society thinks or expects of you. You can't make everyone happy. Remember that you cannot make everyone happy. So, this is a waste of time and will only slow you down on your journey to being the best you. It's part of self love. Allow yourself to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. If you're sitting there, 10 out of 10 times, I'm telling you, I'm going to make a mistake. I may be writing something, but we scribble through it. And it's okay to make those mistakes. It's okay if we mixed our exit. We just weren't paying attention. We missed the exit. Go back around. Get our exit. It's okay to make mistakes. We're told again and again from a young age, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We've heard that coming up into our adult life, that nobody is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. But the older you get, the more pressure you feel to never fail. Cut yourself some slack. Cut yourself some slack. Make mistakes so you can learn and grow from them. It's okay to make mistakes. It's part of self love. It's okay to accept yourself. It's part of self love. It's okay to set healthy boundaries. It's part of self love. It's okay to say no. It's part of self love. Process your fears. It's self love. Like earring, feeling afraid is natural and human. Okay. Don't reject your fears, understand them. All right. This healthy exercise can really help with your mental health. Interrogating and evaluating your fears helps you to gain clarity and unmask issues in your life that were causing you anxiety. That in that in turn can help eliminate some of your anxiety, or not all of your anxiety. Trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself. It is self-love is important because it motivates. Again, it motivates. Love on yourself unconditionally. Don't wait for nobody else to love on you. Love on yourself unconditionally. As I wrap up, I'm going to leave you with this. This is what Andrea um Dachshera says. She says, in order to love who you are, you can't hate the experience that shaped you. Also, I leave you with this. The moment you feel like you have to prove your worth to someone is the moment to absolutely and utterly walk away. The moment you feel you have to prove your worth to someone is the moment to absolutely and utterly walk away. Turn and walk away. It's Self Love Thursday. Love on yourself every day. Hug on yourself every day. You know how they used to teach us when we was little, hug on yourself. Hug on yourself every day. Don't wait for no one. Don't wait for no one to come and love you. Love you first. Again, my good sister said, when you define yourself, you then can love yourself. But first you have to define yourself. Don't wait for nobody to define you. Don't let nobody define you, because then that becomes their opinion of you. Then guess what? You now become that because you believe that. Define you, define yourself so that you know how to love yourself. And once you do that, and once you start loving yourself, continue it. Don't stop. Do not stop, because as you practice self love, negative energy, negative words, all of that stuff really no longer exists. You can hear it, but it doesn't affect you because you know who you are and you stand on who you are. So be brave, be confident, be happy, be you, and stand on it. Regardless of what they say, stand on it. Again, listen, mean what you say and say what you mean. Or is it say what you mean and mean what you say? I probably got it twisted up, y'all. But you know what? You know what I always say? I always say this. And I used to write it all the time in my posts. And if you was on my old page, I would write it all the time on my posts. One thing I always say is, you can't count me out because you never counted me in. If you ain't count me in, you can't count me out of it. That's self-love. If you didn't count me in to go on the trip. Well, you can't say, well, we missing such, we missing Cornelia. Nah, you ain't missing Cornelia because you never counted Cornelia in. And it's okay. You can't count me out if you never counted me in. It's self-love. Love on yourself. Love on yourself. Again, be brave, be confident, be happy, be you, and stand on it. Love who you are. Because one thing about my God is that he don't make no mistakes. He loves you just as you are. So he wants you to love you just as you are. There's some things that need to be fixed. Guess what? Go to God. Let you and God handle that. Because he don't make no mistakes. Everything that he has created, from the animals to the dirt to the trees to the leaves, is good. No mistakes in it. None at all. So listen, you guys, I love you all with the love of Jesus Christ. And remember that God loves you as well. He will always, always love you. Listen, if you would like to be a guest on Self Love Thursday, you can email me at im.septemberwhite@gmail.com with your information, or you can actually DM me on here. But I prefer you to email your information to me and let me know that you would like to be a guest, and we can get you set up for one of the Thursdays to come on and let us know what self-love actually means to you. On next Thursday, we will have no other than Prophet Lester Jones out of Rural Hall, North Carolina, will be coming on Self-Love Thursday, blessing us and giving us some gems about what self-love means to him. Also, we know self-love, to have your peace is self-love. You hear me? Your peace is self-love. Don't let nobody take your peace or interrupt your peace. It's self-love. So we will have, again, Prophet Lester Jones from Rural Hall, North Carolina. He will be coming on next Thursday at 7:30 to give us some good stuff on self-love. And then on the 24th, we will have no other than Miss Dominique Byers out of High Point, North Carolina, that will be coming on, giving us some gems on self-love. And then at the very end of the month, I have a special surprise. At the very end of the month, we will have 3 awesome guests you guys don't want to miss at the end of the month. If you don't come on the 17th, if you don't come on the 24th, at the end of the month, we will have 3. I'm trying to get 4, but we will have 3 special guests, 3 lovely special guests that will be giving us the meaning of what self-love means to them. How should we love ourselves? It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. I thank God for doing this. The end of the month is going to be fire. I'm super, super excited. So be sure to check us out. If you're not on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. If you are on Instagram, not if you're not, if you are on Instagram, you can follow me on Instagram. Also, you can follow on TikTok. Tell a friend. All the information for my platform to come on to Self-Love Thursday will actually be showing at the end of this live. If you know anyone that's a domestic violence survivor and has a story they would like to share, listen, tell them to send me a DM or email me. I would love to have their story in our digital newsletter for next month. Also, August issue is out right now. Check out August newsletter. It is out right now. If you have a business, if your business is just open, you're just starting, and you would like to get, it out there, people know about your business and everything, listen, email me, DM me or go on to my page and fill out the form on there, and we can put you in your business in the digital newsletter. I am digital newsletter. Be on the lookout for what's coming up next. We got some great things in store for next year that I'm actually working on. Can't wait for conference number 2. So you guys, if you missed conference number 1, conference number 2 is going to be fire, fire, fire. So like, tag, and share. Listen, again, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. To my awesome sister, Miss Cynthia J, I love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you always for the support. Thank you always for the love. And I love you. So you guys have a blessed night. And I'll see you Friday at 8 o'clock on Let's Talk Domestic Violence. So it's going to be Friday, 8 o'clock. Let's talk domestic violence. You guys have a good night. Be blessed.